Alright, chums up, let's do this! I got it, pick it up!
Come on, stay down. God damn it, Leroy! God damn it. Leroy, you moron! Leroy. This is ridiculous. Dumbass.
Oh my god, he just ran in.
God damn it. Leroy, you moron! Leroy. This is ridiculous. Dumbass. God damn it.
I got killed before I could remove
died on this. God. Oh, give me the divine intervention.
Hurry up.
Shout. I can't move. Am I lagging, guys? I can't move.
What the hell?
I can't hear you.
Oh my god.
The Oaks keep saying that. More responding.
Oh my god.
Hearthstone Legend runs have never really been considered viable for speedrunning, but in May 2020, this happened. Okay, this never happened. A bit quicker here, and perfect.
Let's do this!
So can't afford to waste any time. Gonna jump right into the meat and potatoes of it here. We got Spelltacular Mage for you, also known as No-Minion Mage. Now we we basically just took the default deck that was created by the Blizz devs themselves. We put our faith in them, and you could say it ended up going pretty well for us. I tip my hat to the Blizz devs on this one. Good job, guys. Now, you got any questions, tips, just want to talk or say hi, go ahead and drop a comment.
I'll be back.
Comment below. Always love to hear from you guys. And don't forget to smash that like button if you like my stuff.
I'm back.
Subscribe and ring the bell to please the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you don't, I'm going to dust my golden Alex. So that's on you. Now, normally what I would do is just provide commentary and insight into my gameplay, but this run we actually did live on YouTube. So we'll put the link to that video in the description if you want the super big brain decisions behind every play here. And get down!
NANI?!
So I thought instead of giving the same old commentary that you've all probably heard, let's go ahead and answer some viewer questions that we got here. It could be fun, give us a chance to know each other and all that stuff, build a bond and everything. So, let's see, question 1. Given the choice of anyone in the world, who would you want as a dinner guest? Ooh. Very spicy question here. So, I think the obvious question would be Pikachu, but like not just Pikachu. Hear me out here. Pikachu voiced by Ryan Reynolds. Because, like, I don't know, he'd come over for dinner, we'd have a great time, get to know each other, become like maybe super best friends. And then he'd be able to help me come up with video ideas, like provide some awesome commentary. We like go back and forth, and then, but most importantly, say you're walking down the town late at night, passing through an alley, get jumped by a bunch of thugs. Give me your wallet, give me your phone. It's like, oh, nice knife, bro. But Pikachu, Thunderbolt, Thunder Blast, and they're just gone. Like, then you take their stuff, and then that's a net profit. So yeah, it turns lemons into lemonade. Just all around solid option. Couldn't possibly go wrong with that. So question 2. If you could be famous for anything, what would it be? Okay, so ever since I was a kid, I've just like dreamed of all the like the lights, the action, just the intensity of being a world famous hacky sack player. Like back in my days, I was really good at it. Like one time at recess, I got over 100, and my friends thought I was pretty cool. Until one of my friends got like 200. But I want that glory back. So I feel like if I could get over 200 someday, that would. This is a stupid question. Okay. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, your future, or anything else, what would you want to know? How the hell do I get a silence off Zephyr when I need it? Question 4. What's your idea of a perfect day? Okay. Okay, well, I actually have something pre-prepared for this. It's been a bit of a fantasy of mine for quite a while now. So I wake up like any other day, boot up my Nintendo Switch, play some online Smash Bros, even though the lag is like brutal. But I get matched against someone and their character name on screen is Obama. And I'm like, okay, it's probably just some like random guy named Obama. Like, it's not the actual Obama, obviously. And then we play each other, and turns out we both main link because the bombs are super trolly, and we both use like nothing but the bombs. And then he sends me a friend request after the game, and it turns out it is Obama. And like we automatically just hit it off. We become best friends. He comes over for dinner. We just have a blast. He helps me come up with video ideas and stuff, and then like we could go back and forth with commentary on the games, and he like and he's Obama, so like it would be so awesome, like especially if you're walking down an alley or something and you get jumped and they're like, give me your wallet, give me your phone and your everything, and it's like, oh, okay, nice knife, dude, that's pretty cool, but guess what, this dude's Obama. And then like helicopters fly in, like Secret Service dudes jump out from the bushes, and then they beat up the thugs, and you take the thugs' wallets and the thugs' phones, and then it's like you come out on top there. Just it's always about turning the lemons into lemonade, okay? Long story short, that's just what it always boils down to. Okay, question 5. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one ability or quality, what would it be? Okay. Oh, geez, these questions are really, really pulling out all the mental powers that I have in reserve here. So, I mean, there's a few ways we could go with this. I think, like, firstly, it would be pretty cool to just have the ability to, like, all of a sudden, just
Trapdoor was a man.
Just snap your fingers and then suddenly be like way taller, have like a deeper voice, have like crazy anime hair and stuff, and also be like just ridiculously good at children's card games. Because that would be extremely beneficial for like on many different layers. First of all, being better at children's card games would probably be the best part. But like having a deeper voice, like the crazy anime hair, like you ever get...
I mean, it was a dragon man.
Like you ever get jumped, you just pull that out. They'll be so confused that they won't even want to jump you anymore. They'll just take off. And then also like there's a lot of times where like let's say you got to reach something that's really high up, and you gotta like ask someone or get something to stand on, just boom, anime hair, crazy tall, deep voice, grab it, boom, go back to being all short and normal. And then like if you need something that's low on the ground, like if you're painting, you gotta paint the low spots, you stay in your normal form. You gotta get the high spots, you turn into the big, tall so yeah, Yugi powers. But also Ultra Instinct, because like have you seen that shit? That's crazy awesome.
All 5 pieces of the puzzle.
It's not possible.
Exodia, obliterate.
Okay, what is the greatest accomplishment of your life? Okay, well, this won't sound all that impressive nowadays because it's gotten like way easier over the years. And, like it's a lot more mainstream and meta than it used to be. But like back in the day, when like Platinum and Pearl and all that were still the newest games, I was able to shiny chain Pokemon, and that was like the most impressive thing like for its time period. That's just I can't even think of what would be equivalent to that today. Like people would think you just hack them all the time, and then you'd like show them, or like at least try to explain to them how to do it, like show them all Like, you had to bust out flowcharts and stuff back then. Like, people would think you were a god. And then also, like, you want to get the ladies? Shiny chain them some Pokemon. Like I said, might not really work that much these days, but back then when they were such like a rarity and
Dragon Man!
like they had that exclusivity to them that like it would swoon the ladies. You don't even know. Like, my word, back then all you had to say was, "Hey baby, you want some shiny Eevees?" And they would instantly melt. They'd be like, "Oh my god, say it slower." And then that was like it. That was all there was to it.
Maybe it was just a dragon.
You didn't ever want to give them a shiny Dratini or Dragonair because, like, no matter how much you warned them, no matter how much, like, no matter what you did to try and prevent,
But he was still Tractor! Tractor! Burninating the countryside. Burninating the peasants. Burninating all the peoples. And if that's true, cottages!
they would always, without a doubt, evolve it into a Dragonite, and then it's just this
If that's true, cottages!
green, ugly, Barney-looking dude that nobody ever wants. Like, shiny Dragonite just looks stupid. Just so much less cute than like a pink Dratini or Dragonair. So they would always be upset about that, and then you'd have to go get it again. Also, you'd assume that they want like a love disc because it's just a heart, but no one really cares about love disc. Like, it's pretty useless. So don't waste your time with a love disc. But I guess none of this is really relevant anymore, so it doesn't matter. But while we're ranting about Pokemon, actually, might as well use this as a chance to talk about another proud achievement of mine. So there's, I'll...
You're fired.
make this simple for anyone that doesn't understand Pokemon. But so there's Pokemon Showdown, which is basically like competitive Pokemon. You play like ladder games, and I got up to just above 1750 rating, which is basically the legend rank of Pokemon. That's all you need to know there. They have it split up into a bunch of different tiers of Pokemon based on how strong they are, because obviously you don't want a Pikachu going up against a Mewtwo, like you'll just get wrecked. So I would play like the strongest tier, and I would bring this Pokemon. And I would bring this Pokemon onto my team called Zoroark, which is basically a Pikachu. It's like completely useless, nowhere near the strong guys, but I'd go into my games with a team of 6 Pokemon, and one of those 6 was basically a Pikachu. And I got up to legend rank. I'm not going to go into details about how crazy awesome that is, but basically what I would do is there's this Pokemon called Kartana, which was like Mike Tyson mixed with Bruce Lee. Whoever's faster attacks first, and this guy would one-shot everything. Like, you got your defense and your magic defense, and then you got your like physical attacks and your magic attacks. So this Mike Tyson dude was like the fastest thing in the game. Had like, it would one-shot everything with its physical attacks, like its punches, and so basically everyone had one Pokemon on their team to deal with Mike Tyson. They'd bring it out, and then they deal with it, and
if that's true, cottages! That's true, cottages! Whoa! Listen to those wicked dueling guitar solos. It's like Squeedly versus Needly over here. Go Squeedly! Go Squeedly! Squeedly wins!
everyone had one Pokemon on their team to deal with Mike Tyson. They'd bring it out, they'd deal with it, and then you'd be sad. But what I did is this Pokemon Zoroark. It's basically like a trap card, because you throw it out, it's like super weak, but it'll pretend, like it'll look like whatever the last Pokemon in your party is. So you throw it out, and it pretends to be Mike Tyson, and your opponent thinks it's Mike Tyson, but really it's just this like lame dude. But I gave it this this held item, like Pokemon can get like one item, and basically what it did is it made his attack.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
It made his attacks crazy strong. It made his attacks crazy strong because he had magic attacks, but he could only use the same attack every time. So they'd bring out their counter to Mike Tyson, thinking it's Mike Tyson. Really, it's a trap card. You nuke him with this like crazy magic explosion, and like their counter to Mike Tyson is the only thing on their team that can deal with it. And then like it always has crazy good defense, but not crazy good magic defense. So you nuke their only option to handle Mike Tyson. They'd be like, "What just happened?" And then you bring out Mike Tyson. You win the game. It was awesome. Yeah, I'm getting way too into this. I'm a little bit drunk. If you haven't clued into that by now.
When all the land is in ruin.
Like you know, I shouldn't say drunk. It's more of like a social lubricant. You know, it just helps the.
And when the nation has forsaken the countryside, only one guy will remain.
The words roll off the tongue a bit when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12 beer, you know.
And the truck door comes in the night!
It just it helps with the flow of the conversation.
Shit just got real.
Okay, moving on. Next question. What is your most terrible memory? When we were 1 win from Legends, we had Lethal in hand, and we're just like, no, let's BM him with the Book of Specters. We had like 40 health. We used the Book of Specters, and the 1 blood in our deck turned into like 40, and we just died. Like, I'm not gonna find the clip to replay it here because I already did that like once or twice. It's the video BM just ruined my career. It's like a picture of Jaina and a salt shaker. That was a brutal time. Probably my most tragic event in all of Hearthstone. Definitely my most terrible memory overall. We learned a valuable lesson on that day. BM is bad. BM ruins lives. I don't know, that's the only time I've really seen BM ruin a life. And it was my life that it ruined, but still, like, just don't BM. It's, well, I mean, showcasing is one thing. I tend to showcase. I made a vow not to BM anymore since that day, and I haven't BM'd since. Showcasing though, like, I don't BM anymore though. Okay, like I changed. I use like a different phrase every time I do it now. It's BM is bad. Next question. Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die? If I had to guess, I'm gonna get jumped without Pikachu or Obama to back me up. Okay, next question. Recently, they nerfed the Open the Waygate quest, that's the Wild Mage quest, to now require 8 generated spells instead of 6 to be cast. What are your thoughts on this? Well, I mean, when it first came out, that quest was a lot harder to complete. Like, you had the monkey that gave you the 2 bananas. You had a lot of cards that would generate 1 spell. It took a lot longer to get out because your best bet was like, what was it called? Kabbalist Tomb or something? 5 mana gives you 3 random spells. That was fairly slow, so even with the coin, getting those 6 spells out did take a little bit of time. Now they got the Mana Cyclone, so like if you get a Source Apprentice out and coin out the Mana Cyclone, or I guess in Wild you could even Evocation with it still. That's just like so many free spells. You could complete the quest on like turn 3 or 4 or something if you felt like. So I can totally understand the nerfs, but at the same time, I feel like it's a missed opportunity. Like, how cool would it have been?
Oh wait, let me laugh even harder.
If the quest reward was just like cast 10 puzzle boxes, or I don't know, cast puzzle boxes and tell the game's over, or I don't know, something super trolly and epic would, because once you complete that quest, like you can pretty much win the game if you got like a few giants, or might as well go all in on the trolliness of it. But like I don't know, I guess I can support making it take 8 spells instead of 6 now. I can totally understand that since Mana Cyclone is now a thing. Next question, what is your favorite mage meta of all time? Well, I mean, all of them have been special in their own way, but I mean, what, we're 70 seasons in now or something? I guess you can't beat the original, like, OG beta mage. Remember when, like, Pyroblast was 8 mana, Flamestrike was 6, Gadgetzin Auctioneer was 5, I believe? It was just so trolly. Like, you get your Source Apprentices out, you Blizzard them, Nova them, Flamestrike them for like 4 mana. If you get 2 apprentices out, they either blow the removal on the apprentices or let like 1 or 2 of them live, which would like barely ever happen. But when it did, nothing can compare to that. Almost like using Pyroblasts that you've reduced with the sandwich nowadays, except there's no sandwich involved. You're just like, in the classic meta, power creeps really changed it over the years. I guess what was it, the mech meta, where if you ever got a spare part that gave your Antonidas stealth, that was just like an automatic good game on turn 8. They had Blingtron back then too. Blingtron was the best card ever. Warriors would have their crazy weapon out, and you just equip a random one instead. Or you could run Blingtron with Harrison Jones, which was a really funny turn 10 combo. Just give yourself a random weapon, destroy their weapon. Like, having weapons on mage is super fun. Alaneth's just not quite the same. It's like, it's 0 attack. Having a random weapon could be super trolly. You'd win so many games just by high rolling them with your weapon. Or happening to be able to pull off the Stealth Antonidas. Like, the only thing that could take out the Stealth Antonidas was like, I don't know, a Brawl or a Lucky Ragnaros hit. Like, good times. Good. I'm gonna be here all day though if we keep reminiscing. Next question: Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. What? That's not even a question. Who sent that? You've lost your question privileges. Next question: I saw someone on Twitch pretending to be you. They looked kind of...
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
Like you, except for they
Balls of steel.
didn't have your luscious locks and long wavy hair. Instead, they had some short, ugly buzz cut. They have a bunch of links to your page. They're saying that they're CrispyWaffles. Do you have a twin brother, or is someone impersonating you? No, guys, like, once every 6 months, I need a haircut. I shaved my hair. I do have a Twitch channel now. It's CrispyWaffles TV. It's just my name with a TV at the end, because I guess CrispyWaffles was taken. But yeah, I don't want to flood my YouTube with a bunch of random gameplay videos where I'm just chilling, doing nothing. So if you want to see me failing or just hanging out, come check me out on Twitch. I'm usually streaming like...
I'll begin by activating my Pot of Greed!
Almost every day.
Second, I activate Pot of Greed, which lets me draw 2 more cards from my deck.
But yeah, no, that's me. I cut my hair, guys. Next question. Do you think that there is anything that's too serious to be joked about? Well, no, absolutely not. If you tell a joke and they're not laughing, it's either like they don't have a sense of humor or the joke just wasn't funny enough. I'm pretty sure given enough time and like a team full of 100 scientists, you could make any person laugh about any joke, no matter like what their views are on life. You could make it funny enough. There's a way. Okay, next question.
I shall summon my Pot of Greed! This lets me draw 2 cards!
What are the names of your cats? This is a touchy subject, guys. My girlfriend doesn't like me saying the name of my cats on stream because like it keeps them safe from sexual predators. So while I'm streaming or filming, I just call them all Cat. I guess I will give you a hint though. One of them is named after the most annoying character in all of League of Legends. Next question. Tell your partner something that you like about them already. Okay, so if you haven't figured it out yet, I may or may not have ran out of questions, so I'm kind of just filling these in with, I found this list on Google of 20 questions to make anyone fall in love. So, like, no homo. I don't know, I figured it would be a great way to get to know each other, and then, like, I feel like I could use a bit more subscribers too, but this is fun. Okay, tell my partner something I like about them already.
And you are out of here!
Well, I guess by partner it means you. I like that you're watching my video, and I like your eyes, the way that the light from my video playing reflects off onto them, giving them that sparkle. No, I love all you guys. Okay, this is weird. Next question. Of all the people in your family, whose death would you find the most disturbing and why? Okay, this is also weird. I don't know. Probably someone who's already dead, because then that would mean zombies. And then, like, zombies are pretty scary. I remember I was reading somewhere, and it was like, what would be the scariest part of a zombie apocalypse? And this is something that no one ever thinks about. The flies.
The countryside, burninating the peasants, burninating all the peoples, and if that's true, cottages! That's true, cottages!
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh yeah!
Okay, like, flies are everywhere, and then, like, they'd be all over the zombies, and then you get, like, one fly in your house, and then you kill it, but then there's, like, that fly's been all over zombies, so now you got, like, zombie germs everywhere, and then you're a zombie, and then, like, flies are always walking over your stuff, and, like, I don't know. Flies would be really scary in a zombie apocalypse, because then, we'd all be pretty screwed. Like, maybe go to Antarctica or somewhere without flies. That would probably work best. I don't know, maybe if you can find, like, a cruise ship just docked somewhere, and then, like, everyone's too busy dealing with the zombies, just be like, hey, thanks for the cruise ship, and then just, like, take off into the Arctic, maybe anchor somewhere, and then they got a lot of food on those, don't they? Or no, I guess they wouldn't really be fully stocked. Try and plan it out so it's one that, like, is fully stocked, like, maybe it's taken off in a week or so. I don't know. There's way too much planning to do here. Just hopefully zombies never happen and we don't have to worry about it. Next question. Is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it yet? Well, yeah, like, as I said before, the Tony Hawk of hacky sack. I've already started this.
Happy feet, wombo combo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco. Oh my God!
I've already started this Hearthstone thing. So let me get famous here quick, and then we'll move on to the important stuff. Next question. If you were going to become a close friend with your partner, aka you, what would be important for him/her to know? I don't function without coffee, but that's not really, like, everyone already knows that. I guess you might not know that I'm Canadian, so I mean I love it. So long story short, we're basically really polite, but, like, deep down, every Canadian, they're always polite in person, but deep down we have this filter, and like, we're thinking the most funniest, heinous stuff, like, at all points in time. And we also say a lot. And, like, if we ever see a hockey stick anywhere, we just have this obsessive impulse to slap shot something. It's in our nature, I guess. I don't know. I guess no one really hates Canada because we're, like, too polite. It's all just instinct. Deep down, we got those, like, funny jokes and stuff that we can't say out loud. next question. Oh, we actually didn't, this is an actual question. Where did you learn to edit your videos? How can I edit my videos like that? Okay, what I did is a while ago, about a year ago when I started making YouTube videos, I downloaded, I think it was Adobe something, and then I tried to open it and it just like instantly killed my computer. So I uninstalled that. Then I got, what was it? DaVinci Resolve. And that was like, that's another like free option, top of the line, and that just like crashed my computer. And then I got HitFilm Express. It's like, hey, share us on Facebook and you can download it for free. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool. So I made a Facebook post that was something like, hey, this company is making me make a post about them so I can download their thing. And like so far it's been pretty good for the last year. It crashes like every few hours, so you gotta Control S like every 10 minutes or else you'll be having a not so fun time, but that might just be my computer being a piece of garbage. And then yeah, so from there I just basically made really terrible videos for about 8 months, and then I started making like kind of not terrible videos. And then, I don't know, give it another year, and maybe I'll be making even less terrible videos than now.
Upgrade complete.
But yeah, just fail at anything for 8 months, and eventually you'll get less faily at it. Lots of Googling. Just search whatever you're trying to figure out.
Battle cruiser operational.
It's about to get heavy!
If you can't find it, then change the words until you find it. And yeah, like it's all out there. It's just a matter of
Take it down with one hit!
using the right words to find it. Everything's on the internet. Next question. If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be? Okay. I guess this one's getting a little bit personal. Well, I don't know, I guess growing up, we were never really, like our parents were the type that were a little bit strict on the video game usage. So I remember back in elementary school, every day me and my brother would race each other home from school. We'd get home at like 3:15, 3:30, and then our parents would get home at 5, so we had like a good hour and a half to use the only computer in the house. I remember it was like a big deal when we even got a computer. But anyway, so... and this was back in the days too, where like schools still were really bad at blocking all the websites on the internet. So like everyone at our school, like all day in computer class or whenever you could, you'd be playing Miniclip at school, and then that got us introduced to RuneScape. So our entire elementary school is just hooked on RuneScape. This is like right before the days of Vanilla World, or no, I think this was like during the days of Vanilla World of Warcraft. It's just no one in our town really knew what World of Warcraft was at this point. So we're all, like literally everyone in this elementary school is hooked on RuneScape. We got like trading posts and stuff. We had like a bulletin board that we'd put like the trades we wanted to do. Like in the classrooms of the schools, because everyone was playing RuneScape. We got like an hour and a half each day between the two of us to like stay caught up with our friends and stay competitive. People be like, oh, I got a Mithril Scimitar, and be like, oh, what? Oh, I want a Mithril Scimitar. And then like everyone's like, oh, I'll trim your armor, and stealing each other's stuff and scamming each other. So yeah, basically it was our first taste of MMORPGs, and like, you know how fun and addictive those are. And we had less than an hour a day each to keep up with all our friends, which we did kind of barely manage to do. Like, that's pretty impressive. I remember when they all went and raided this new I forget what it was called, but it was like this new Spider Queen boss in the desert. And then we all got like annihilated. It went horribly, but we at least got to be involved, and that's what really mattered. But yeah, like our parents wanted us to go out and socialize and stuff. They didn't want us being inside on the computers, even though we were technically socializing, just
the countryside,
just like through the internets. And yeah, like I don't know, maybe it worked out. We could have gotten way better than all our friends if we got to stay in. This is going to be mixed opinions on that one, no matter how you look at it. What was the next question? If you knew that in 1 year you would die suddenly, would you change anything about the way you are now living, and why? Well, yeah, I would try and figure out why I would be dying suddenly, and then prevent that. That would seem like the best course of action. I mean, unless we're talking like Final Destination logic, then I guess we wouldn't really be able to prevent it. So in that case, I mean, I don't know anyone who wouldn't just take out like as many loans as possible, go nuts for a month or a week or a year, or I don't know, depending on how many assets you have. Just live like a king for a little bit. Maybe go do some James Bond stuff if you're gonna die anyway. Like jump out of an exploding plane and, you know, drive a snowmobile across some huge gap after this insane hill, like that one Call of Duty game. That was pretty insane. You do all kinds of, oh, what's it called? Wing gliding or whatever it's called, where you like jump out of the plane, you look like a giant flying squirrel. Like that looks pretty dangerous, but that'd be pretty fun if like your time's running out anyway. I don't know. Okay, next question.
Freeze, sucker!
When did you last cry in front of another person and by yourself? Well, by myself, I cried this morning because I had a dream that Leroy was still in standard, and then I woke up and I just couldn't keep it together. And then in front of other people, I guess when I saw Toy Story 3 and I thought all the toys were gonna die, I was like bawling my eyes out in the theater. I had to be escorted out by security. It wasn't pretty. I'm just messing with you. It was Detective Pikachu. Next question. When did you last sing to yourself and to someone else? I mean, every morning in the shower, I sing the full Deja Vu song. It helps me like speed through it efficiently. And then I sang to all of you guys a couple months ago. Remember when Tate complained that the Leroy intro was too loud? Sorry to single you out, man, but I love you. I replaced it with me singing Katy Perry. And then you guys all revolted. Tate said that we were fine to put the Leroy intro back. All in all, everybody wins. And sorry again to make you guys listen to me sing Katy Perry, but that's the kind of above and beyond that we aim for at this channel. And by we, I mean me. I don't know why I always say we. I do it all for you guys. Okay, next question. Dear CrispyWaffles, please help. My computer crashed while I was playing Minecraft, and now when I go to play, the world that I've been working on for years doesn't appear in the list of available worlds. I can't seem to find it anywhere. I've spent years of my life on this world. Please, I can't fathom the thought of having to start over. Okay, so this is a fairly common error, actually. It does have a solution, though. So what you want to do is you press the Windows key and the R button, and that'll bring up the run prompt. And then all you have to do is type %appdata%. That's APPDATA, and then hit enter. It'll bring up your folder.
Come with me if you want to live.
Of roaming data for you. You'll see one of them's called .minecraft. So you go into that. Within that, you'll see a saves folder, and
get to the chopper!
In here, you should actually see a folder for each of your saved worlds. Like for this example, let's say your corrupted world is called Lost World. So what you want to do is you want to make a copy of the Lost World folder and all files and folders inside of it.
You freeze, bitch!
The copy can have any name you want. For example, let's call this Lost World copy. Now you create a new world with the same seed and map generation settings as Lost World, and we'll call this world Blank World. So basically you just make a new world with
Will this Pokemon avenge the honor of its fallen comrade?
Same seed. And then now we go back to the Minecraft saves folder, and there's a new world called Blank World or whatever you named it. What you want to do is copy the files level.dat, level.dat_mcr, which might not always be there, level.dat_old, and session.lock. Be careful not to copy any of the folders, but then you just restart Minecraft, and you should see a world called Blank World, and it'll have Lost World copy as the name of the folder that it's saved in. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's just a new name, but you log in, and everything will be there. You don't have to restart any
It's a frozen statue!
of your years of progress, and that's all there is to it. Now, the only downside to this is your inventory contents might be lost, but I mean, honestly, years of work, you can just go ahead and MC edit them into the game or something and pretend it never happened. But yeah, that's there you have it. Okay, you know what? Before we move on with the questions, let's just jump back. Earlier, when I was talking about my favorite mage metas, I didn't even talk about Exodia Mage. Like, I went over...
Will this ice ever melt?
...over the changes to the quest, but when Open the Waygate was in Standard, that was, like, the most fun, I think, like, any mage player could have ever...
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Ever asked for it.
Oh yeah!
It was just so dirty. Every single meta that Open the Waygate was in Standard, I ran Exodia Mage in one form or another. It was just so dirty. And I even remember near the end of it, that was when Ice Block was still in Standard too. Like, Ice Block is just a whole nother story in itself. Tavern Brawl once, where you got to pick one card to get like 20 copies of in your deck, and then you got 10 random cards. I picked Ice Block, and I went like, I think it was 18-0, just pinging people down with my hero power, because you have 20 Ice Blocks in your deck. What's anyone gonna do? And but yeah, so you had the Primordial Glyph give you an Ice Block. You had the Kabbalist Tomb, which could give you more Ice Blocks. There'd be games where you... You guys saw that, right? You get like 7 Ice Blocks. I would run this version of Exodia Mage that didn't even have Antonitis. It ran 2 Molten Giants. There was this golem back then that cost...
I'll be back.
1 less for each spell you cast that game. And then you'd have 2 Simulacrum, whatever it's called, the 3-cost spell that copies the lowest cost minion in your hand. You'd have 1 Molten Reflection, so you have a possibility of 7 Giants for 4 mana. You'd be perfectly safe behind your 7 to 12 Ice Blocks, and then just like infinite freezes, and you complete the quest, take your extra turn, and play 6 or 7 Giants at the same time. You only really ever needed 2, but like, oh, that's what was so great about it too, is because you could just toss out your Giants early on, because you'd be low on health with the Ice Block and everything, and you could calculate it out, like, okay, I'll just toss out 4 Giants to stall him, and then meanwhile, I'll save the like 3 I need to kill him. And then the really funny thing was the deck also had Alexstrasza. So on your extra turn, as long as you have 2 Giants out, you just Alex him and swing for 16 damage. It was like the dirtiest thing ever. Like, there's been more broken decks, but just the satisfaction from that one was like unparalleled. And then, we haven't even gotten into Archmage.
I'm back.
Bargoth.
Get to the chopper!
Thanks for watching. If you like my stuff, you can like it, subscribe, and ring the bell to see more. And I also have a Discord and a Twitch now. Come join the Waffle family. If you made it this far, I think you'd fit right in. We got a lot of videos coming soon, and until then, stay beautiful.